volleyball here on ESPN Plus. Kansas State perfect on the season. Not only 3-0, but 9-0 in sets. Hosting for the first time ever and playing for the first time ever, the Nevada Wolfpack out of the Mountain West. Courtside with you, Brian Smolder, along with former two-time All-American Liz Wagner-Bush. We're glad you could join us as we bring you the end of the Blue Cross Blue Shield Invitational here from Manhattan, Kansas. And Liz, the Wildcats, as they wrap it up today against the Wolfpack, have seen some great play from their starting center, Ava LeGrand. As we look at the two top players of these two teams, let's start with Ava. Your thoughts on how LeGrand has played so far this year?
Yeah, Ava's been great. She's really come into her own her senior season, making the final stand, averaging 11.56 assists per set. That's second in the Big 12, but she's also doing it defensively. 3.11 digs per set, and at the net blocking. She's got 10 blocks on the season so far. And then for the Wolfpack, you've got Audrey Jensen. She's a true freshman. She's stepping in for her team and doing it very well. She's had 10 kills on the season, averaging 5.25 assists per set. She's got 7 service aces and 10 blocks as well for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, a young lady that can kick out and play a little right side hitter at times. And during the match, you'll see that coming up here today. First ever meeting between these two teams. As you see K-State in the white, Nevada will be in the road navy blues today. We'll get to the starters in just a moment, but first the keys to victory for these two teams. Let's start first with Nevada. What do you have, Liz, for the keys to victory for head coach Shannon Wyckoff-McNeil?
Yeah, for Nevada, they're a very young team, so they are on the road. They've got to get a perfect pass, got to be able to get into their offense as they're trying to figure things out and then minimize errors. They're going up against a big K-State block. If they can limit those errors, that will allow them to stay close in this game. And then for K-State, this is a noon game here, and not as big of a crowd as normal. They've got to bring the energy. They got to find it within themselves and with each other, and then just be consistent. They can't play to who they're playing against. They got to play K-State volleyball.
Decent crowd for the start time that it is. As you mentioned, a noon start here on a Friday afternoon before home football weekend. So, in fact, kind of the same story across the Big 12. A few other matches today going on in the conference around this same time, with football home games wreaking havoc with hotels and travel and all that stuff. So Nevada, who played yesterday against NC State and lost in straight sets, 25, 18, 21, and 16, will turn around and play today and then head back home after the match is concluded. Underway here from Morgan Family Arena, and Shaylee Myers, who's been a headliner all season for K-State, opens the match with the first kill. Yeah,
great start there. And why not go to your go-to player, start out this match with first side up.
Myers averaging 4.89 kills per set, hitting 320 from the left side, and a quick set middle to Cameron Tift, one of the many true freshmen on this team. An outside hitter by trade, but playing middle with an injury moving her to that spot.
Yeah, the nice thing about having a young team is you're able to kind of throw them in there, give them a chance to play some different positions, and, you know, credit to Tift, you know, stepping in and playing a different position and really taking a hold of that and owning it. 6 freshmen, and they will likely all see a time on the court here today. And throw in the sophomore class as well. It's 10 underclassmen, 11 underclassmen that are on the roster for this Nevada team. Jordan Williams leads the team in blocking, along with Brenna Schmidt. It's the stuff at the net, the first block of the afternoon for K-State. Little long from Myers, who had an issue with that against NC State, and 3 service errors in that match, and that's the first of the day for the Wildcats. Yeah, this Wolfpack team, K-State's got to be careful not to give them too many, because they're a team that's going to try to hang around in the match and give themselves an opportunity. Great serve dropped in by Tift, and an ace for Nevada. Yeah, we've seen Tift with a kill, we've seen her with a good block at the net, and now with the service ace. It was not a great performance by Nevada yesterday, both in serve and serve receive. They have come out a little bit more charged up today, taking on a bigger opponent in Kansas State out of the Mountain West. Preseason number 10 team in the conference.
out of the 12 teams that play volleyball. Misplay on the serve receive by Navarro. And an ace for K-State. Williams with her first of the year.
Good sign for Jordan Williams. She struggled a little bit in previous matches with her serve. Pretty heavy error.
First ace to go along with 7 errors, which leads K-State. Here's McKaylee Herr, another freshman, out of Gilbert, Arizona. She gets the kill on the near side. Mom, a former volleyball and basketball player at the collegiate level. 5'11" outside hitter McKaylee Herr with that kill. Tied at 4 in Nevada to serve. And in comes Ambry Hanohano in this 6-2 system. She's in as the setter in the back row. That moves Audrey Jensen, who started at setter, to right side hitter. In the meantime, Herr trying to figure out the block, cannot, with Brenna Schmidt looming over the net.
Yeah, this is a big block here for K-State, and an out-of-system attack there for Nevada. Gonna have to be able to hit some high hands.
Simone Sims, who for the first time this season is not the libero today. Kaylee Pond, the true freshman, gets that start. Myers from the X, able to get the kill, her second. So Pond takes over as libero. She's wearing the anthracite or gray jersey today. And Sims, as a defensive specialist, back to the role that she served as a freshman and a sophomore. Take a look at Pond. Pond is definitely who K-State has targeted as a possible libero of the future. As Sims is unable to handle this cross-court shot, but that's, I mean, says a lot about Pond, who was an all-around standout volleyball player in the Virginia ranks, an outside hitter, now playing a libero at Division I level. Yeah,
we've talked a lot about it. You know, that's the type of player you want on the court, you know, kind of an all-around, just all-out baller who's gonna just be gritty for your team.
Great shot framing there with our camera people today. The two defensive specialists and passers in the back row. We could see a third today, and Alex Kluckman. High hand shot by Clinton. Touch was called by the floor official, but not by the tower official, and K-State will not challenge.
Did look to be a bit high on the attack.
Service from Nicanora Clark. A little long. Clark just really got her first extensive action here in Manhattan, both yesterday and then today. She had played in just one set in the opening weekend tournament at Weber State, and then got some action against NC State from the back row. Overpass is sent back by Myers. 3 kills already for Shaylee.
Yeah, great start for Shaylee. Those overpasses can be tricky. She does a nice job setting her feet and not making an error.
A service error by Clinton. So each side with an ace and 2 errors. This is kind of what we saw yesterday with NC State. Just service aces and errors aplenty for both sides. Kinsley Singleton is a sophomore in the Phoenix. She's the libero for Nevada. Myers with a throw, popped up by Clark, passed over the net. Schmidt.
And we've seen for Nevada the speed of the offense for K-State, really giving them some trouble with those young blockers at the net. Really no one up there for Brenna Schmidt. Good decision there by Ava LeGrand.
On the run, Hano lucky to get it back in play and sent over the net high. Not a great pass, but LeGrand makes it work.
Again, another one of those young blockers at the net, not paying attention there with setter front row. And she's an active attacker at the net.
Just over. Miscommunication again, and that ball lands in the back line. K-State on a 3-0 run here, up 11-7. Served by Pond. Again, out of system are the Wolfpack. LeGrand with another chance. Thrown near the net. And a block, but out. And a point and a side out for Nevada. That's Haley Brown, who came in with the most attacks so far yet this season. Leads the team at 2.75 kills per set. But hitting just .075 from the left side. Jensen to the back row to serve. A deep serve at the last second. Clinton or Sims played it. And it is sent backwards for an ace. Might have been headed out.
Yeah, it looked pretty deep.
Jensen, the team leader in aces, with 7. This time, K-State lets it go. Look at Jensen. Right side hitter, setter, great server. Boy, you're having to do a lot on the shoulders. But you put the work in now if you're Nevada. Again, we're pointing to the end of the season in the Mountain West tournament. You hope these freshmen can handle it. Until then, LeGrand gets an ace. So each team with a pair of aces. Fourth ace of the year for LeGrand, senior from Papillion. Clark from the middle back, and it's blocked down by Williams, just in front of the tower official.
A little back row action there. Not sure with an actual in-system pass. That's really the attacker you want to go after.
That'll be a lift, and they're going to point to the floor and say that the center Jensen came under the net. That'll send us to a timeout. Midway through set 1, Wildcats up by a half a dozen, dominating here at Morgan Family Arena and on ESPN+. All of ESPN, all in one place. It's your home for the most and best live sports and a whole new way to experience ESPN. With over 47,000 live events, studio shows, ESPN originals, and brand new features, it's a sports fan's dream. SportsCenter for you delivers a personalized sports center based on your favorite teams and leagues. The future of sports has arrived, and it's called ESPN. Download the ESPN app on your TV or mobile device, log in, and start streaming. Kansas State on a 4-0 run has built their lead to a half a dozen. LeGrand still serving. And a cut shot inside of the block by Haley Brown out of the timeout. Turns it around for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, that's a much better in-system set for Brown on the outside. You can see why they're excited about her.
Clinton on the serve receive. Williams couldn't quite get a clean swing on it. And off of Myers, Nevada with 2 in a row.
Left-handed attack there by Walkhorst. Just with a little soft touch over the block.
Myers splits the defense. All of K-State's outside hitters can swing for the right or the left pin. listed that way on the roster. They have experience playing in a 5-1 on either side. Deep serve, and it's too long from Myers, who has struggled with serve here the last 2 matches. About the only thing that Shaylee Myers has not done well. All of them have been long now, thinking back on it, from Myers. Maybe they need to back her up into the stands to serve. Up by LeGrand. Someone else has got a set. It'll be Pond putting it up for Clinton. Jensen to her, and she tools the block. So a good little turn here by Nevada since the timeout. They've outscored K-State 4-1. Clinton able to get the touch.
It's a nice deep line shot there by Clinton. Was a little long earlier. Nice comeback there by Clinton.
Her first kill of the afternoon. Serve touched the tape. Knocked over by Walkenhorst, the lefty. Reagan Fox, her first swing was a tip try. Her a big swing, but blocked right down by Fox.
Yeah, better timing there on the block. Her earlier took advantage of that K-State block. I think they were a little bit early on her, and they were able to get them as they were coming down. This time, Fox a better job timing that, so they're at the height of their jump when she attacks.
Quick set to Sert in the middle. That's touched by Schmidt. She'll get the return and pound it home.
Schmidt's really a player that K-State wants to see be more offensive. We saw it really with her sophomore campaign. She came alive as an offensive attacker. Was a little quiet last year in her junior campaign. This year, senior year, K-State really wants to get her involved as much as possible.
Just gonna look at this play again. Get the touch on the block, get position, get your run up. Just great stuff right there. That's one clip from the touch on the block to her getting in position in the finish. That will go on the highlight reel for Brenda Schmidt when talking about her time this season for K-State. That's great stuff.
It is, and like I said, Coach Mansfield's going to be pretty excited about seeing those sorts of things. And these are the perfect sorts of games where you want to get that kind of, you know, that flow and that rhythm going with your middles and feeling confident, you know, going on the road here in the next 2 games.
That's right. K-State in the future, this has been a nice homestand to open up back-to-back weekends with 2 matches, but they'll head west to Santa Barbara, California next week and take on UCSB, the Gauchos, next Thursday. And then next Friday, a neutral site matchup against Northern Colorado, which when the schedule came out, you're kind of like, okay, Northern Colorado, that's fine. That's a totally different tenor to that match after what Northern Colorado has done here the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know, they knocked down Washington in 5 sets, and they also got the best of Colorado State. So, you know, Northern Colorado showing some gritty toughness here, playing some, you know, Power 5, Power 4 schools.
And then North Carolina, right outside the top 25 right now, right at number 26, number 27, receiving votes. And then Arizona, to begin Big 12 play, they've won 14 straight going into the Big 12 and this weekend. Her able to split the block of Fox and Schmidt. So McKaylee Herr with a good beginning here for Nevada. She has 4 kills.
Yeah, really nice high attack through the seam of that K-State block.
Had 1 double-figure match earlier this year. Service error by Nevada, their 4th of the first set. Each side has been a little high error with serve. Here's Simone Sims, who with 6 service aces leads K-State. Schmidt could not quite keep that block on the other side of the net. Read it right, got there, but Jenna Sert, a Turkey native and from the country of Turkey, went to Idaho and then transferred to Nevada. service error. 5th of this first set. A little too aggressive on the serves. Here's Anaya Clinton. Bump set out over to Brown. Up by Pond. Myers batted back the initial touch. Second chance for Brown into the net. Schmidt couldn't play it up.
It's a tough job there for Schmidt coming down off that block, trying to make a play out of the net. Not able to get quite a good enough hand on the ball to keep it in play.
Myers got a big swing on it, gets knocked over the net. Sims comes all the way over to get to it. And it's controlled over. Insisted now, the Wolfpack hard into the block. Palm save by Sims and then knocked over. Another save by Sims. Myers gets the point in the rally.
Wow. That is definitely a highlight reel for Simone Sims. She was all over that court. First with the pancake, and then we'll see here, she almost takes that right in front of Anaya Clinton. But I think the right move, I'm not sure Clinton would have gotten there in time.
Well, Sims in the first match, not as a libero, responding the way you'd want as a senior or a junior to do, and that is an upperclassman. Go to work and be the best you can be at the position you're at. Defensive specialist, 3 huge digs after serving for Simone Sims in this long rally.
Yeah, you love her, just no quit. Takes a nice big step, get there for that pancake. And then the all out, you just gotta go dolphin dive there to get that next dig, and then Myers to finish.
Last year, Sims, 2.47 digs per set, was second on the team. Larkin served as a libero for much of the year. Sims got some rolls at it, and again, many thought she would be the just odds-on favorite to win the job, and she did in the spring and then through fall camp. But Kaylee Pond's been coming on, and they are almost dead even, according to Jinx and Mansfield, as far as their statistics and what they do in practice. And so today, against a third opponent or fourth opponent here at home, just wanted to give Pond a shot at libero. Not sure that this is a full-time move moving forward. It could just be a one-off. Either way, the two passers are going to have to work in tandem and work as either a DS or a libero. And it doesn't matter what jersey you're wearing, you're going to be counted on to come up with big passes and digs. And Sims doing a great job in that rally, showcasing her talent. The former product out of Frisco, Texas, where she set the school record for career digs at Lebanon Trail High School.
And she also has a really nice serve for K-State, does a nice job putting pressure on the passers of the opponent.
Out of the timeout by Nevada. They'll go right side, and it's Jensen, the center, playing in that role, finishing with the kill.
Yeah, one-on-one opportunity there for Jensen. Does a nice job just banging high hands and finding a way through the block.
Deep serve by Jensen. Williams gets a hand to it. That allows the ball to get over. Great cover again by Pond, who got in there first. Brown up the line, able to get the kill. Nevada playing as well as they have here in Manhattan. Really putting forward a great effort. And if it weren't for the 5 service errors, this thing could be a lot closer. LeGrand in a joust above the net, able to win the war with Brown. And K-State pushes up by 5, and LeGrand in the back row.
Just setters have a knack for that kind of tight overpass there of winning those jousts. You rarely see them lose. And LeGrand, you know, definitely has an offensive mind.
Deep serve popped up by Clark. Way off the net for Walkenhorst. Clinton from the back row, and a missile not handled by Clark.
And the exciting thing for K-State is you really haven't even seen the Nia Clinton really take off to her capabilities yet. And really see her kind of grow into this Big 12 season as it approaches.
Off the block, Brown staves off set point number 1. And 1 sub left does Nevada in this set. 24-19, set point remaining. Disadvantage of a 6-2 as you run out of subs pretty quick. Reagan Fox on the left will finish set 1. Good fight by the Wolfpack, but it's K-State maintaining their perfect record here in 2025. Now 10-0 in sets as they win the first 25-19. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN+.
Behind every winning team is a playbook. Ours, it's built on trust, team, care, passion. Headquartered in Manhattan, Kansas, and founded by proud K-State alumni, we're purple to the core. Just like our passion for the Cats, our passion to make buying and selling equipment simple, transparent, and straightforward runs deep. At Purple Wave Auction, our #1 play is connecting buyers and sellers across the country with no reserves and no surprises. From ag and construction to fleet equipment, we're your trusted team. Purple Wave Auction, proud sponsor of K-State Athletics.
Hey, grab me one too.
What we grow here defies expectation. Hungry minds searching for answers. Explorers of the impossible. Breakthroughs without end. People who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. You'd be amazed at what we grow here.
Kansas State wins set 1, 25-19, but it was an offensive showcase between these two squads. Both were low air, high hit percentage, and it was just K-State's blocks and perhaps a little less service errors that allowed them to pull away. Both left side hitters really leading the way for both teams. We'll get to the individuals in a moment, but what allowed both of these two teams to hit that well here early on? Or just lack of blocking, or everyone just finding right hitters, everybody in rhythm? What was your take?
Well, I think the setters on both sides are doing a nice job putting their hitters in a good position to attack high and use hands. We saw a lot more of using the block to their advantage on both sides of the net, really, and just not making the errors, not trying to avoid the block, but more using the block.
That allowed Haley Brown to lead all scorers and go with 5 kills, hitting .625. Shaylee Myers, you see there, also 5 kills, hit .625 in set 1. McKaylee Herr for Nevada, 4 kills, hit .222. And Reagan Fox, 3 blocks in that opening set. That's back-to-back matches now with 3 blocks for Reagan Fox. There's a look at Haley Brown and her hot start in the match. She has been in double figures in 2 of the last 3, including 18 in the match against UC Irvine. That was back at the Weber State Invitational last Saturday. There's a look at Fox, who had somewhat of a breakout match against NC State a few days ago. 11 kills, hit .444, added 4 digs and 3 blocks, and really kind of her first big outing of the year. Jason Mansfield talked to that afterwards about how he was so happy to see her rewarded with the numbers in a match after she had put in such a great fall practice. Walking horse on the left side gets blocked, and it just lands out. And the southpaw able to pick up kill number 1.
Yeah, that's so hard to do as a left-handed attacker on the outside to swing, and does a nice job just using the block.
Clinton on the serve receive. Fox couldn't get it over. So a 2-0 start for the Nevada Wolfpack. First ever meeting between the two teams. Coaches are familiar with each other though from the Pac-12. Overpass on the serve receive. Jensen goes middle. Pawn got a hand to it, but nobody else. And it is out of play. 3-0 start for Nevada. Shannon Wyckoff McNeil, the head coach of Nevada, spent 14 years as an assistant coach at Washington State. Before that, 11 years as a high school coach in the state of Washington. So during that time, when Jason Mansfield and Steve Astor both were in the Pac-12, they knew her. She's in her second year as the head coach here at Nevada. Myers, a better job of the serve there. A little out of system, and it results in a kill or a attack error.
I think I must have jinxed those setters and not doing quite as good of a job leading their hitters there. That time, her not able to handle that set.
Throw to the back row. Myers was standing there ready. Fox on the right. Much of the start of the season, full practice, is the right side has been where Reagan Fox has been working. It's starting. Sophomore comes through with the kill. And a float serve that goes too long for Myers. 2 good ones before that, though, for Shaley, before her 3rd service error. Tift. A blocker to the back line to serve. Bit of a break. Touched by Nevada. That gets Clinton another chance, but she airmails the shot. Go back to one of your keys. Bring the energy. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of energy from K-State right now.
Definitely not.
Energy has been more for the Nevada side. That's going to go over the net and land in front of Surt. A couple of rise smiles from the K-State back line. Jordan Williams with the serve, just across. Clinton eats up the overpass.
Flat serve there by Williams.
Williams ready for that. Back to Fox. High hand shot. LeGrand brings it back for Clinton. Upped by the Wolfpack and over. But out. Singleton did well to get a high ball to get her team to reset, but too long.
Yeah, it's just one of those you like being aggressive with that free ball to the other team. You got to make them work for it, put it deep, but you got to keep it in bounds, especially when you're trying to stay, in a tight match like this.
Nevada has started well in the second set. Back out to her. Been impressed with Kaylee, her, and Haley Brown on the left side. Working here for Nevada. Her true freshman now with 5 kills.
Yeah, I think K-State's block again was just a little early. They were coming down when she actually attacked the ball.
There's that split serve again, that skip serve over to the left side, 2 hitters. Blocker goes up on 1, leaves an outside 1-on-1.
Yeah, it's a nice overload on the right side block there for Nevada. Great set there by LeGrand.
Clinton starting to heat up. It can happen in a hurry.
Yeah.
5 kills for Anaya. Saw it against Delaware last weekend. She had 8 kills in a set. Just all of a sudden just explodes. It's like a can of gasoline. The flame slowly working on the outside, and suddenly it hits. Oh, trying to get out of the way. Navarro could not. It hits off her body, and it's an ace for Sims. Third ace of the night or the afternoon for K-State. Shallow serve. Block. K-State gets it down.
Better timing there by Clinton, following that slide attack.
5 blocks, as you see there, for the Wildcats as a team. Wildcats were ready for that. And in, yes! Timeout, Nevada. Clinton taking over. A friendly high five from Jason Mansfield as the star outside hitter heats up against the Wolfpack on ESPN+. Anaya Clinton with 6 kills for the Wildcats now on the afternoon. She has put up 4 in this set alone, and they feel like they've all been the top 4 here the last few. It's allowed K-State to continue their lead. They're trying to stay perfect on the year. Not yet have the Wildcats broken into the ABCA top 25, but here are the 6 teams that are ranked, a few others that are receiving votes. Arizona State will be here at the end of the month. Arizona State will come in for a 2-match stand over that weekend. Of course, the rivalry with Kansas. BYU off to a good start as well. Brenna Schmidt on an overpass gets a kill, and K-State living off the mistakes off the serve receive of Nevada. A couple of those teams that we just saw in the rankings, some big-time out-of-conference wins for the Big 12 here in the early part of the preseason. Boding well, another block, this one on her. Kept alive by Nevada. They go to the other side and hit the tape, but never K-State, and that'll be a point for the Wildcats. Arizona State, last year's Big 12 champion, with a big win last weekend. TCU with another big win as well for the Wildcats. Lost Jalen Gibson, their star outside hitter, in that match, but still went on to beat Penn State. Blocked by LeGrand and Schmidt, but it goes out.
Nevada went to a 5-1 there. Jensen setting now all the way around. They brought Walkhorse back in the back row.
Just flipping between, it is a 5-1. They'll bring that second setter in, but move Jensen to an outside hitter. That time they did not. Seen that yesterday as well from NC State. Another block put up by K-State, or by Nevada, but it's a point for K-State. This run continues. 7-1 run here by Kansas State. And Clinton's been a big part of it. She has 7 kills serving. Jensen tries to dump it. Schmidt could not catch a hand or a body. Misfire by Brenna Schmidt. Her first. 3 kills for Schmidt. Not many offensive chances for her. They came in averaging 1.3 kills per set and 1.7 blocks per set. Take that any day of the week.
Yep.
Myers and company put up some great offensive numbers to begin the year for K-State, and they're hitting .425 here this afternoon. Kaylee Pond with a good serve. Brown in the middle, right behind the setter.
Yeah,
different look.
Brought her in. Kind of overloaded the block there for K-State.
Brown only 10 swings or 9 swings, but she has 6 kills on those 9 swings. Williams with no blocker, thank you.
And that's all credit to Ava LeGrand. She is front row. She could have dumped the ball, but held that block by her jump set. Gave Jordan Williams a nice wide open net.
Grant will serve. Lauren Schneider has checked in for the Cats at right side hitter. Myers will get the kill, rattling the block. Myers has 7. She's hitting 700 on the night, or on the afternoon. That would be a new career high. Great serve by LeGrand, just over. Pond couldn't get there. Schneider was backing up for her approach, and it left Pond the only one to go for the ball. Well, you go from thinking that's an ace to giving up the side out. Here's Navarro. Schneider! Only 5'9", one of the highest verticals on the team.
Yeah, she's got a good spring. Has the ability to hit a pretty heavy ball on the outside.
Did not play the first 47 matches of her career. And now has seen a couple of times here as a redshirt sophomore. Another timeout by Nevada. Another block by K-State. There's 6 as you see Schneider heading over. And again, K-State's trying to do a little bit more of a zig when everyone else is zagging. Instead of hitting the portal hard, they're going to go the other way. They're going to try and get kids here and develop them over time. And Schneider, Fox, some of those that are starting to see the benefit of that.
Yeah, you know, it's a different world. The NCAA athletics just in general with transfer portal and those sorts of things. But, you know, old school volleyball, you know, you would, you know, bring a player in and they'd be in your program for a few years. You'd see them grow and you want to see that pay off for your program. And Coach Mansfield really wants to do that with this program, bring players in that are all in on K-State volleyball.
Lauren Schneider, one of those. Anaya Clinton was another that was inherited by Jason Mansfield, but didn't see a whole lot of playing time earlier in her career. Now here she is as a junior, and this is what she can do, right?
Yeah.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, she has that ability to turn it on. She's very athletic, has a high leaping ability, high contact point, and she can move the ball around. You know, we saw a nice cross-court shot. We see line shot. She even does a nice job of doing some off roll shots when she needs to.
In this set alone, Clinton 5 kills on 8 swings with only 1 error. So she has been utterly dominant and has pushed K-State up by 9, nearing a 2-set to none lead. And again, as an offense, K-State clicking .465 hit percentage overall for Jason Mansfield's club, siding out at 70%. Shaylee Myers tried to go shallow serve and hit the net. 4th error for Myers on serve. 5th of the night or the afternoon for K-State. Tift. Clinton couldn't quite get up and over. on Clinton. She'll get it back. This time a little higher and a little closer to the net. Finished by Anaya Clinton. And K-State's going to go get Candace Lundgren, two freshmen from Montana, who will make her first appearance of the season and give Brenna Schmidt a break. 6'4". Touched by the block. Clinton on a super high set, gets a touch. Jordan Williams with the assist.
It's definitely a point of emphasis that every player on the team is able to set an out-of-system play, give their teammates an opportunity to turn real points.
Served by Williams. Everybody racing to get it, just knocked over the net. Lundgren, her first chance, just missed the back line. K-State excited about this young lady, three-time All-State pick, two-time first-team All-State out of Montana, out of Bozeman. 6'4", she has played well and has pushed the starters in Williams and Schmidt. Clinton. All the way out to her, and she is roomed, and it is, in fact, Lundgren who gets bodied by Kaylee Pond in celebration.
Yeah, long, big block for K-State. Does a nice job timing there with Schneider.
Great reaction there. A couple of freshmen. This freshman group is a tight group. The six, way up by Sims. What a match she is putting forward. Clinton. Well off the net and in. Wow, McKaylee Her. Number 7 for her.
Yeah, not much she could do. That was about it. Sharp cut shot there.
Her parents are here watching this match. Battle above the net again. Legrand wins the joust. Couldn't quite get it down. She'll run Lundgren off a slide. It gets blocked. Now Clinton into the block. Rally continues. Singleton throws it up. Brown. And the first error of the entire afternoon for Haley Brown. The Wildcats are asking to make sure they're in the right rotation here. Subbing in some new players.
Yep.
It is Clinton. Brown comes right back and gets the kill. And a good repeat by your setter.
Yeah, you got to try to give your hitters an opportunity to fix what they did the last time. Always a good motto there for your setter.
Hanahano is in, setting. Jensen back to the right side hitter for Nevada. Myers. The center, Jensen, was the only one in front of her. That's not going to cut it. Set point number 1 for the Wildcats. Myers a whole hump, 8 kills on 11 swings, 727 hitting. Good serve receive. Brown in the middle. K-State to try and end the set. Myers, yep. 9 kills on 12 swings for Shaylee Myers. The Wildcats rout Nevada in the second set. We head to the intermission. The Wildcats have seen some of their youth step in and make some big plays. Candace Lundgren, one of the 7 blocks for the Wildcats.
Behind every winning team is a playbook. Ours, it's built on trust, team, care, passion. Headquartered in Manhattan, Kansas, and founded by proud K-State alumni, we're purple to the core. Just like our passion for the Cats, our passion to make buying and selling equipment simple, transparent, and straightforward runs deep. At Purple Wave Auction, our #1 play is connecting buyers and sellers across the country with no reserves and no surprises. From ag and construction to fleet equipment, we're your trusted team. Purple Wave Auction, proud sponsor of K-State Athletics.
What we grow here defies expectation. Hungry minds searching for answers. Explorers of the impossible. Breakthroughs without end. People who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. You'd be amazed at what we grow here.
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
Back at Morgan Family Arena, it's the Big 12 on ESPN Plus, and Kansas State remaining perfect on the year, both overall and in sets. They're up 25-19, 25-15 so far on Nevada. Take a look at some of the action from what we've seen to this point. K-State offensively has done whatever they've wanted as they've hit 407 as a team.
Yeah, you know, the tempo and the pace at which K-State runs their offense has really caused a lot of trouble for the block of Nevada. They just have not had the answer. And then K-State's block kind of got going there late in that second set and really caused some troubles for the Wolfpack. They just could not find an answer, and K-State just dominated.
7 blocks for the Wildcats as you see the team numbers. Nevada, after a low error first set, ran into some trouble in the second. 8 kills, 8 errors in the second frame against that K-State defense. A lot of those, again, the blocks that Liz just mentioned. Nevada being led by McKaylee Herr, who has 7 kills, hitting 158, and Haley Brown, who has 7 kills, hitting 500. The Wildcats, though, 9 kills from Anaya Clinton, hitting 316. She had 7 kills alone in that second set, and 9 kills for Shady Myers, who's hitting 750 to offset a 4 service error night or afternoon. K-State in front, 2 sets to none. Nevada, after today, as they head back home, will have their own tournament to host. It'll be the first tournament they've hosted under Shannon Wyckoff McNeil. They did not host one last year, all on the road, but they'll be home for Eastern Washington Pacific and Bakersfield coming up next weekend. And then they are off to Montana, taking on Montana State, and then Santa Clara after that in a tournament that'll round out their non-conference. And then they begin conference play on the road at the end of the month at Air Force and against the aforementioned Colorado State team that lost to Norman, Colorado, that we talked about years ago. And the Mountain West this year, there is not necessarily a team in that group that you would say, all right, that's a top 25 threatening team. So it will come down to the end of November in the Mountain West tournament, who comes out of that tournament with a crown to be the NCAA tournament representative. Nevada all time, just 5 NCAA tournaments, and the last was in 2005. In fact, a long chore ahead of Shannon Wyckoff McNeil. As you see, that is McKaylee Herr's mom, Meg Herr, formerly Meg Hauser. She played volleyball and basketball at St. Mary's College out west, and she's coached NorCal Volleyball Club team for years and years and years. But you maybe hear her in the back.
Yes.
She is passionate about supporting her team and the pack, so gotta love that. Nevada's brought their own cheering section for this one.
Well, sometimes when you go on the road, it's nice to have a little bit of support in the stands, even if it's just 2 people out there giving it their best, and find a little bit of energy from that support.
There's So look at McKaylee Hurd getting a little bit of a break. This is what you want, right? I mean, again, lone voices in the gym. Service error to begin for Nevada, their 7th of the afternoon. I guess talking about the tournament in Nevada, all these young players, if you're in Nevada, a lot of this here is experience. I mean, you're trying to get your lineup set. You're not really worried too much about wins and losses at this point.
Yeah, you know, you got to find the right fit on the court and try all the different things, you know, and, you know, like the Mountain West Conference, that's going to be the decider for this team. So they have a lot of room here to grow, especially with these young players, and they're going to continue to get better match by match. And playing a tough match like this on the road is a great way to get started.
So look again at Coach SWM, Shannon Wyckoff McNeil. The rebuilding job is a big one because just one winning season for the Wolfpack in the last 8 years. That was 2019. Other than that, that's the only time they've had an above 500 season since 2017. So a lot of work to be done for Nevada. And you got this young core. That's kind of their start. Jensen, we talked about in the open, kind of headlining that for Nevada. They try and put the pieces together. K-State on the other side, feeling like they are in a really good spot with their freshman class, being able to support behind this 5 senior class. And so far has them off to an undefeated start, and a good start here in the third at 4-0. Deep cut by Brown, played over the net by Myers. Haley Brown blocked again. Jensen too close to decide to play it. Myers gets a big swing up the shoulder of Singleton. Quick set. Williams goes up and gets it.
Yeah, K-State's got to love their middles are working hard in transition, and they're getting rewarded. Nice set there by LeGrand and the throw down by Williams.
Block on Brown. Williams and LeGrand. The other part of LeGrand's game that is a big factor for the Cats, her blocking presence up front. Timeout, Nevada. A 6-0 blitz by K-State to start. Defense leading the charge on ESPN Plus. Couple of kills, couple of blocks by K-State in this set. Have them up 6-0 and on a 9-1 run dating back to set 2 before intermission. The offense continues to hum along, hitting over 400. Jason Mansfield thought this team took a step forward in the spring. With all these new faces in a supporting role, they have done what they wanted, which is open with some momentum here at home. And now they'll put that product out on the road with some good opponents over the next 2 weeks. Service error by Pond, sides out. Sadie Myers gives it right back to K-State. And Myers into double figures. Third double figure match for Shady Myers in kills this year out of 4. to Myers. Up the line. LeGrand has her pick. She'll go right side for Schneider. Brown off the hands. Rally continues. Myers ends it.
Again, as that rally progresses, you see there the set, the pace to the outside. Just Nevada's not able to close that block, and K-State's getting a lot of one-on-one or no blocker up opportunities.
Tift filling in at middle blocker as a freshman, having a tough time getting there. Brown gets one off the top of the hands to fall after Brown had such a hot start. A little more error prone in this set, but comes back with her 8th kill. That leads the team. Jensen to the back row to serve. And that will not get over the net. Serve receive, put K-State's LeGrand in a bad spot. De facto ace. Schneider on the left.
Yeah, smart heads-up play there by Schneider. That block was there. Just a soft touch over the block. They haven't really seen K-State do a lot of tipping. They haven't had to, so that was a nice mix-up there.
High set for the lefty Walkenhorst. And right side Brown. So she's now at 9.
Yeah, she's having to carry a bit of the load for Nevada, but doing a nice job on the left and the right side of the court.
Schneider on the right side on tip try forces Nevada out of system pass over the net. Williams with one blocker. 4 for Jordan Williams, who has 5 blocks and an ace. See what a healthy Jordan Williams means for this offense for the Wildcats. Injuries have been such a part of her career over 4 years. Hopeful for an injury-free senior campaign. Williams will rotate out. Started at Kentucky, redshirted it in 2021 with an Achilles tear. Didn't play much as a sophomore. Injuries forced her to miss 11 matches last year. Blast by Clinton send it into the crowd. Double figures for Anaya for the 3rd straight match and the 8th time in 9 matches going back to last year. Walkenhorst. Her block, but out. Boy, Her has done a great job of using the block to her advantage.
Yeah, I think timing-wise, with her approach and the timing of her jump is really throwing K-State's block off just a little bit, because she's jumping at her highest when the K-State block's almost starting to come down. They're jumping a little early on her.
Myers from the back row. Shady Myers is just too much for Nevada to handle anywhere on the court right now. 13 kills, 722. You know, sometimes you get these non-conference matchups and you just see a player that's like they're at a totally different level and playing field than the others. Service error by K-State. That's Shady Myers. Saw Clinton do it for a bit in the 2nd set as well, but the start that Myers has had in this year, the offensive tempo. We heard Jason Mansfield talk about that. This perfectly fits what she wants to do and how she plays. This continues into Big 12 play in a league that is littered with stars on the outside. Myers will make it hard when all conference selections come around. If this keeps up, Schmidt able to go up higher than anyone, knock it down.
Yeah, just able to just clearly reach above that Nevada block.
Cert at 6'1", is giving up 5 inches there, easy. Overpass, center right back by Legrand. A cheapy kill for Ada Legrand. Could have let it go out, but Legrand says, why not? I could add to my kill department here.
Yeah, we saw her attack the other night in a game too. You like that out of your setter.
She did it with a right hand there. She's left-handed, so take it if you're K-State. Legrand a long way to go here. Throws it near for Myers, and she gets another kill. Continuing to average near 5 kills a set to begin this season. Anything over 3 is fantastic. 5 is unheard of. Again, it's early. This is why you play these matches. Build confidence. Myers, a hard, aggressive throw, misplayed. Still alive from Singleton. Not anymore, Williams.
And that set is so fast to Williams behind the setter there. From our advantage point here, it almost looks like it's not clearing the net, that set, but she's able to blast it over for the kill.
One thing about volleyball, you have an appreciation for it watching it on television, but in person, and especially if you're up close, like we're sitting right here courtside, the speed at which these players are flying around and in which K-State today and this season is running their offense, it is so fast. It blows your mind, the athleticism that is being displayed at this level. I always tell people when they're like, is it worth going to watch volleyball? You're like, absolutely. You will be blown away with what you're watching in person.
Yeah, it's great that everyone's kind of starting to figure all that out now, you know, how fun volleyball can be, how fun it is, and super athletic women out here just putting that on display.
National viewership at an all-time high right now for collegiate volleyball. And it's not just 1 or 2 teams, it's across the board. A lot of highly rated matches this last weekend involving Big 12 teams, including TCU and Arizona State, the aforementioned. Ace for the Wildcats. It's Lauren Latham who just came in, the freshman setter, who K-State is super excited about, and she'll service air into the net.
And she's got a top spin serve. A lot of power behind that ball. You can see why they want to put her in to serve.
Little surprised that she got in, only because you think about redshirting and all that sort of stuff, but Latham, another left-handed setter, K-State is extremely excited about her future. So much so that Jason Mansfield's even said she could get time as an outside hitter because of her ability on the left. And now Alex Pluckbit will come in to serve in the back row. Yeah,
we talk about Pon and her athleticism. Latham also has that super athletic.
All-state basketball, volleyball, and soccer player out of Arkansas was Latham. You can see her teammates' reaction to her serve getting over. Again, they've had to face it every day in practice. And now Williams, a little cheapy at the middle. And a timeout taken by Nevada. So K-State stars starting to get the rest of the day off. The Wildcats have worked in some younger players, up big here in this third set. Get to see Lauren Latham for the first time. Let's check. We talked about the Big 12 a little bit there, about some other teams and how well they've done. Texas Tech dropped the first set to Alabama State, but was able to find the energy to come back and get the win. Iowa State straight set sweep over Central Michigan, and the UCF a sweep over fellow Florida school Stetson. Later today, Cincinnati, Jacksonville State, Arizona, and Boise State. Arizona puts that 14-match winning streak on the line later today. West Virginia and Liberty, and then Colorado and Penn coming up later tonight at 6 o'clock. And that match out in Irvine, California, part of a tournament out there. Also later today will be KU in Purdue. That's one of the big ones today. UCLA, TCU, another one that everyone will keep their eye on later today and watch. Wichita State out to take on BYU. Houston's had a good start. A team that added to the Big 12 was thought always was going to be in the top 25. They usually are very, very good. Then Iowa State's got another one later today. Baylor, not many people are talking about, but we know Coach always has a great. Brian McGuire does a fantastic job of that Baylor program.
Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite time of year. There's so much great volleyball to watch pretty much all day long, you know. It's hard to have a job when there's so many great games to watch on ESPN+.
And that TCU-UCLA match will be on ESPNU coming up tonight. So if you're looking for something as a volleyball fan to watch on the linear side, if you have the ESPN app, you can just flip right over there and watch it. K-State's going to go to another freshman. Avery Stones is going to get in as an outside hitter. So K-State's starting to clear the bench a little bit as Cluckman serves long. So it looks like none of the freshmen will be redshirting this year for the Wildcats. It's different than in football. In football, you can play a couple of games, 4 games, and still redshirt. It's not that way in collegiate volleyball or any other sport. You play unless you get injured and you apply for a medical, you are burning that year. So Stones, an outside hitter from Queen Creek, Arizona, is playing for K-State on the outside, and K-State extremely excited about her future as well. Another one that has legacy, sort of a pipeline. Her mom played volleyball at BYU. This freshman group, it's been together a lot on the other side of the net from the starters. Now get a chance to play as a group together in a match. Latham sends it out to Stones, and she missed it out. One of the other advantage of having 6 freshmen is you can run them all together on the same side of the court.
Yeah.
In practice.
Yeah, learn to play together, develop that cohesiveness. And
Lundgren from Latham. Get used to that phrase for years to come. Service error by Sims. Ambry Hano to serve. Look at Simone Sims today, getting some libero work, giving Pawn the libero jersey for a match. Service too long. That's an error. The 8th of the afternoon by Nevada. Kansas State will improve to 4-0 and remain unbeaten in sets to begin the season. Couldn't have scripted a better start if you're K-State's Jason Mansfield, who we'll visit with after the match. Six service errors in this set alone by K-State, but they've had a lot of players rotating in at that spot. Nicanora Clark out of Waianae, Hawaii. Latham goes to get a high serve receive and puts it over. Match point. Kinsey Jones in for the first time this season in the middle. And an ace for K-State to end it. Wildcats get it done in straight sets. We'll hear from Jason Mansfield, head coach of the Wildcats, when we return. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN+.
Great fortune awaits with Tiger and Dragon from the Kansas Lottery. Win up to $125,000 instantly, plus even more with the Play On app. Unleash your luck today.
Need a second opinion? Look no further than Kate's Heating and Cooling. I was told that my 15-year-old furnace had a cracked heat exchanger by a local HVAC company. I wasn't convinced and wanted a second opinion, so I called Kate's, and I'm so glad I did. Their team conducted a thorough and professional free inspection with a combustion analyzer, and in 15 minutes, Kate saved me $14,000.
10-year manufacturer's warranty? Not here. With Kate's, you're covered for life. Kate's, where service makes the difference.
Morgan Family Arena packed to the rafters tonight. A special environment, no doubt. Here comes another block. Cross court snuck it in. As if this place needed any more energy, it is electric in this building. And then the block on Warhol. What a rally! Goal! Another block! And it ends it!
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
A win for the Wildcats. They stay perfect on the season, now 4-0 and unbeaten in 12 sets as they rout Nevada 25-19, 15-13. Back with you courtside, Brian Smolder, Liz Wagner-Bush, and head coach Jason Mansfield. Congratulations on the win. 14 different players saw action today.
Love it.
For you on the court, and all got action, including Lauren Latham. And just want to start with her only because the service say she had to begin. The whole team celebrates and goes, you can see the tightness of this group right there.
What a special moment for her, her very first volleyball play in college as an ace. So, yeah, she's a special player and really good athlete, and she's been doing a great job in practice. So it was awesome that she got an opportunity for sure.
Yeah, I mean, just great to get your freshman young players in, but overall an opportunity for you to, work on some things offensively. You really saw your middles get involved, and we really talked about them in transition and then really getting them involved.
We've been working really hard, and we, started the season and even in the spring just really want a balanced offense, and Brenna and Jordan are more than capable of being successful, and we have to control the ball with first contacts, and then we have to make the choice to set them, and so Ava is gaining a lot of trust with them, and they're working really hard. We're connecting better in practice. I think that's where it starts, and it's really great to see a bunch of matches now where they've been involved and they've been successful, and that's the type of team that we want to be. We want to be the type of team that we're setting anybody at any given time.
It certainly put Nevada on their heels that way. We also saw Shady Myers come back. Perfect night on the attack. At least 15 kills, hit 652 from the left side. And we mentioned it. At times, Anaya has that ability just to take over like we saw in the second set, 8 kills. But Shaylee is showing the ability night in, night out. She's the best player on the floor, bar none.
Yeah, I mean, they're both special, and they both have so much experience in college, and they're really close, and they kind of feed off each other, and so it's special that they both get to be on the court together a lot for 6 rotations. But yeah, Shaylee is just her superpower. I've said it before, is just her ability to not hit the ball out of bounds and not get blocked. And not only did she do it today, she just does it every day, really. And so she's really special, and she's such a great athlete. She's moving the ball around. Her and Ava's connection is great. So it's been great to see her these first 4 matches, just really kind of grow in her belief in herself, and I love that for her.
So now you get to go on the road. You couldn't have drawn it up any better as far as a perfect start. Win every set, win every match. You're at home, and now you're going down the road. I guess a thought now, is it time? Is it time to go take this team out on the road?
I mean, sure. We would want to play here every match if we could, but yeah, no, it's good for us. We got a taste of that when we went to Oklahoma, and so at Santa Barbara is going to be tough, and Northern Colorado is playing really well, and then we have the following weekend. But yeah, I think we're ready. We're ready to test ourselves, outside this arena, and I think we're ready for it, and it's going to be good for us to play some different teams, and you know, we're going to be playing these style of teams that are going to be different. We're going to see that, and but we want to be road warriors. I think every team, every program kind of says that. We want to be that way, and we want to get off the bus and be great in all conditions, and that's the hope, you know, moving forward this weekend.
Best of luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Brian.
Jason Mansfield here joining us as we take a look at the final numbers of this one. Kansas State routs Nevada in the kill department. Certainly a lopsided affair, 45-26. The block's a big number for the Wildcats. And then service errors continue to be an issue. But listen, if you're, you know, you don't want to say it's okay, but 5 aces, K-State served aggressive. You're going to make some mistakes. And it felt like some of those were just new players coming in at the end, so you kind of say, all right, I think it was a little better than it was against NC State.
Yeah, I definitely think it was better. I felt like the pace and the placement of their serving was much improved. Yes, there were some errors, but, you know, when you're playing a team like this, you want to go and be as aggressive as you can, and so you'll take a few more of those errors in a game like this.
We talked about it briefly during the match, but for Nevada, from their point of view moving forward, again, it's not about now, it's about late November. What do you take out of this as a positive for Nevada?
Well, I think he's got to be pretty excited about, they've got to be excited about how they didn't give up. You know, they found ways, they figured some things out. Really, Brown is going to be the go-to attacker, and if they can get a few more, her to kind of come along, that will lend a lot to a lot of success later in the season.
Brown ended up with 10 kills at 240. After a hot start, her ends up with 7 kills, just 158, but did a good job on the night overall. K-State led by the 15 of Shaylee Myers, who had 652, and Anaya Clinton, who had 10 kills, hitting 333. That'll do it for us for this match. We're back in action on the call, coming up against Arizona and Arizona State in late September. We'll be back for you for those broadcasts. ESPN Plus does have the match at UCSB next Thursday, so tune in for that. More to come on ESPN Plus tonight with volleyball. Make sure you tune in